our human body is definitely more wonderful than all the 7 wonders of the world combined together. So let's just peep into some important and interesting, wonderful aspects within our body. Just imagine what a framework we have got. God is called the embodiment of knowledge. Vedas call him Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Yes Sarvajya Sarvavik Yasya Jnanamayam Tapaha. Similarly, the mystic saints, Alvars, they call him Jnanamurti. They all mean that the God is full of knowledge. God is the embodiment of knowledge. The intelligence of this omniscient Lord can be very well seen within the framework of this human body, because to make or create such kind of a framework, it needs a super intelligence. Only a super intelligent, super sentient person can alone create this wonderful body. Because just look at this, God has created this wonderful machine which has got a brain, a supercomputer as its control center. Then our heart, the engine, it is the hardest working pump which literally gives life to every cell of our body every second. And then our exceptional fuel factory, our digestive system, and then our lungs, excellent air conditioners to provide the breath of life, our kidneys, which are fantastic filters, and our skin, the largest organ of our body. The largest organ of our body is our skin. It protects us, and more wonders inside. Just a superficial look at all these wonders will just leave us wonderstruck. Just think of this, how many systems or how many machines are working within us to make us function, to make us speak, to make us listen, to make us stand, or to make us walk, or to make us work. How many machines are working inside? A supercomputer, a tireless pump, 2 air conditioners, 2 filters, a big fuel factory, and so on and so on. Just think for 1 minute, you are now sitting and listening to this speech. At this stage, your supercomputer brain is working. It is gaining the inputs. Your never exhausting pump, the heart is pumping. It is just supplying blood and nutrients to all your tissues. Your excellent air conditioners, lungs, they are working and they are participating in the exchange of gases. Your exceptional fuel factory, digestive system, it is working and it keeps on digesting what all we have taken in before 2 hours or so. And our fantastic filters, kidneys, they keep on filtering our blood and excreting the waste products. And more systems and more wonders are all working in unison with each other inside us all. And that alone makes us possible to sit here and speak or listen. And the proper functioning of all these systems inside ensures our good health. Good health is definitely needed for all of us. What is health? In 1947, Alma Ata defined health. Health is complete physical, mental, social, environmental and spiritual well-being. Main 5 dimensions, they have now extended into 7, 8, even 12 dimensions, but mainly 5. Health is complete physical, mental, social, environmental and spiritual well-being, and not mere absence of disease. Because as layman, we just think that what is health? I don't have any disease, I am healthy. That is not health. Health is not mere absence of disease. It is complete physical, mental, social, environmental and spiritual well-being. Our ancestors in our country of Bharat, they have defined health in Sanskrit as follows. Many centuries back they have defined this. Samadoshaha, Samadnishcha, Samadhatu Malakriyaha, Prasannatmendriya Manaha, Swastya Ityabhidiyate. Which means, when you are healthy, they say, if you have balance or equilibrium, if you have equilibrium in all your body activities, and you have good enthusiasm in work, and you have enthusiasm to be compassionate to others, And if your mind, your sense organs and motor organs are all in a pleasant state, without anger, without frustration, without extreme fear and without exhaustion, you are said to be healthy. Just look at this long definition. You should have equilibrium in all body activities, including your intake and output. So there should be a balance in all your body activities. Next thing, you should have enthusiasm in your work. For example, let us take the case of students. If a student is not interested in going to school or college, he is disinterested in attending the classes, then he is not healthy. A healthy student should be enthusiastic to attend his classes. He should be enthusiastic in discharging his duties. So that alone is good health. And then you should have enthusiasm to be compassionate to others. You should show good compassion, empathy to others. If you are able to show that, then you are healthy. And your mind, your sense organs and our motor organs are in a pleasant state without anger, without frustration, without extreme fear and without exhaustion. That is good health. So samadoshaha samagnischa samadhatu malakriyaha prasannatmendriya manaha swastya idyavidiyate. We have to ensure that we are healthy in all these aspects, and not only we ourselves, the people around us, they should also be healthy. We must ensure that. Why? We want to build a healthy nation, right? Our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he said beautifully, his vision of India 2020, he said, youth are not useless, they are used less, he said. Youth are not useless, they are very much useful, but they are used less. We are not utilizing them, we are not unleashing them to their fullest extent. So we want to build a healthy nation using our youth. What is a healthy nation? Nation doesn't have any health on its own. If all the citizens of a nation are healthy, it means nation is a strong nation. If many of the citizens are sick, then our nation is also not strong. So the first step of nation building is ensuring good health for all citizens. We are the nation. Please remember, when you say that India has won the Cricket World Cup, we say India has won the Cricket World Cup. It actually means the Indian cricket team has won the World Cup. So there India refers to the 11 cricket players who are playing cricket. Similarly, here national health refers to the health of individual citizens of the nation. So we should stay healthy. To stay healthy, first we should know some basic things and some wonders which are present within ourselves, within our body. As I already said, they say 7 wonders of the world, but there are over 700 wonders within us, within our own body. We may know some of them, we may not know many of them. So let us see many of those wonders within our body. As we know the basics and these wonders, let us concentrate more about taking care of all these wonders. Because when we say we have got a wonder of the world in our country, for example Taj Mahal, it is a wonder of the world. What is the next thing we do? We take efforts to protect that. It is a monument. We are protecting that. Let the outside wonders, they may be on one side. Within ourselves, inside, we have got so many wonders. We have to protect that, right? So, let us just learn about the wonders so that we can protect ourselves, we can ensure good health of ourselves, and we can ensure good health for our nation, so that we can build a strong nation. Going into our body can be broadly classified into 4 categories. One is cell, number 2 tissues, number 3 organs, number 4 organ systems. Cell, number 1, it is the basic unit of life. Number 2, tissue. Tissue is a group of cells which perform a specific function. Number 3, organ. An organ is a group of tissues which perform similar function. Number 4, systems, which is a group of organs which perform similar function. So cell, it is the basic unit of life. Tissues, group of cells. Organs, group of tissues. organ systems, they are group of organs. Now, a short note on cell, because you might have read about cell right from your 6th standard or 7th standard, but a study of human body won't be complete without a basic understanding of cell. That's why I will just give you a brief note for completion's sake. I am telling you about cell. Cell is the fundamental unit of life. It's the smallest unit of life. It's the building block of life. It is the basic unit of life. What is cell? When you define a cell, commonly you might have heard that the prisoners, that prison is called cell. Why means, by definition in English, cell means a very tiny room which is surrounded by a wall. Similarly, in our body we have got cells, right? They are very tiny rooms, microscopic, very tiny rooms, and they are surrounded by a membrane. Those cells contain nucleus, cytoplasm, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, etc. inside. That setup is called cell. Our body is made up of so many varieties of cells. Just like a pot which is made of clay, a necklace is made of gold, a cloth is made of cotton. Likewise, our body is made of cells. One cell has multiplied and become many. So this much number of cells we have got in our body, and you have to know one additional information in this regard. Around 4 into 10 power 13 cells are present in our body. But you know another thing? The number of non-human cells in our body, like bacteria, their number is much more than our own number of cells. So our cells 4 into 10 power 13. So 13 zeros after 4. That is the number of our body cells. But the number of bacterial cells and other non-human cells which are living as guests within our body, their number exceeds our own number of cells. You see, these days what are we doing? We are splitting ourselves from joint families. We are going towards nuclear families. We tend to forget our traditional habit of hospitality. In those days, our ancestors used to build a raised floor or a raised veranda in front of their houses. The purpose of it is for passers-by or travelers to sit and take rest in those verandas outside those houses. But these days what are we doing? We build a separate compound house around our house so that nobody enters. We just isolate ourselves from others. But our human body, that teaches us the theme of good hospitality. It hosts more non-human cells than our own body cells, and the number of microorganisms in our body outnumbers the number of our own cells. So we are the host. So many bacteria continue to live within us as guests. You know, most of those bacteria don't do any harm to us. They are of two types. One is commensals. Others are mutualist or symbiotic relationship. Commensals, those bacteria, they just get nutrition from us. At the same time, they don't do any harm to us. They just live, derive that nutrition from us. So they are benefited. We are not harmed by those bacteria. They don't cause any disease to us. Other symbiotics, those bacteria, they have some mutual relationship between us and those bacteria. The best example is our intestinal bacteria. Theta io tetra iota micron bacillus. Theta io tetra iota micron bacillus. It is inside our gut, our intestine. That bacillus, that bacteria, it digests complex polysaccharide plant materials in our food. When we consume some complex plant foods, they have polysaccharides. Those polysaccharides cannot be digested from our digestive juices in our digestive system. But these bacteria, they break down those polysaccharides into monosaccharides so that they can be absorbed by our human cells. Similarly, probiotics, lactobacilli, they are living in our intestines. They protect us from other bacterial infections. So these mutual bacteria are there. At the same time, commensals, they derive some nutrition, at the same time don't do any harm. So we are providing more space to other creatures in our body than for ourselves. These numbers outnumber our own number of cells. So this ability of our body or this habit of our body teaches us good hospitality, and it advises us to live in unity with others. We do avoid people entering our houses, but we can't avoid bacteria entering inside us. Our human body itself hosts so many organisms. We are the host, they are the guests, they are living inside. It is unavoidable. We need them for good functioning of our body as well. So it teaches us good hospitality. So that is cells. So we have seen the basic unit of life, cell. We have got 4 into 10 power 13 cells in our body. Then the next thing is tissue. Tissue is a group of cells which act with a specific function. We have got epithelial tissue in our body which covers our organs like skin, digestive tract, respiratory tract. All those organs, those lining are covered by epithelial tissue. And then we have got connective tissue like blood, bone, tendon, ligament. They are all called connective tissue. They are fibrous tissue. They give shape to our organs and they hold those organs in proper place. That is connective tissue. And then muscular tissue. We have got skeletal muscles which are attached to bones, and then smooth muscles in our internal organs, special cardiac muscles in our heart. Those muscle tissue are also a form of connective tissue. And then we have got nervous tissue, our central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. All these type of tissues, they teach us about teamwork. These days we speak a lot about teamwork, right? They say none of us is as smart as all of us. When all of us join together, we are smarter. None of us is as smart as all of us, they say. Our tissues are excellent examples for teamwork, because all those cells, I already said, a group of cells is called tissue. All the cells constituting each tissue work as a single unit to produce the specific action. Just imagine, even if a single cell among the group of cells in a tissue doesn't act in unison with others, then the tissue's function will be affected. So we have to work in unison with our team. That teamwork is shown by all the cells in your tissue. That is tissue for you. And then organs. An organ is defined as a group of tissues with similar functions. We have around 78 organs in our body. Among those 78, all are essential. Among those 78, 5 organs are very, very vital for our survival. 1 heart, 2 brain, 3 kidneys, 4 liver, 5 lungs. Heart, brain, kidneys, liver, lungs. If any of these 5 organs stops functioning, the death of the individual is imminent without medical intervention. If any of these 5 organs stops functioning and there is no medical intervention, then there is imminent death. So all these organs, they are all working without rest. Our supercomputer brain doesn't take rest even during sleep. We usually think that our brain is resting during sleep. No. Our breath during sleep is controlled by our brain only. So our brain is not sleeping even though we sleep. Our heart cannot stop pumping even for a minute. Same is the case of kidneys, same is the case of liver, same is the case of lungs. So they all work, and they teach us, don't be lazy, don't live a sedentary life. So increase our physical activity, get rid of sedentary lifestyle. That is the message given by all our organs. So that is organs. So we have seen cell, which is fundamental unit of life, group of cells, tissues. Those tissues, they show us about teamwork. And then group of tissues, organs, they work and teach us, don't be lazy. Finally, organ systems. A system or organ system is a set of 2 or more organs working together in the execution of a specific body function. So please remember the 4 steps: cells, group of cells tissues, group of tissues organs, group of organs organ systems. A system or organ system is a set of 2 or more organs working together in the execution of a specific body function. And we have got 11 such organ systems totally. So 11 huge machines are working inside our body, as a result of which we are sitting here, speaking, listening, and whatever things we are doing as a result of the work of those 11 huge machines. Now let us go deeper inside the wonders of those 11 systems. The first system, the most important system, it's our cardiovascular system. Cardiovascular system, it circulates the blood throughout the body. Cardio means heart, vascular means blood vessels. So as the name suggests, cardiovascular system contains heart and blood vessels. The function of this system is to circulate the blood throughout our body. Our heart, it is the engine of our body. You know how essential an engine is for a vehicle. That much essential is our heart for our survival. So the heart is the engine of our body. Not only that, our heart is a very powerful organ. Just for information, fairy fly, a small insect, fairy fly, it has the smallest heart in the animal kingdom. American pygmy shrew, it is an animal, it has the fastest heart, which beats by around 1200 beats per minute. Whales, they have the biggest heart. Fairy fly has the smallest heart, whales have the biggest heart. American pygmy shrew, a mouse-like animal, its heart beats by around 1200 beats per minute. But they may be on one side, but functionally our human heart is something more special than all these. How it is special? Our heart size is that of a closed fist. Your closed fist is there, right? This size, this is the size of your heart. Its weight is around 300 to 350 gram. And there is a wonderful point in this heart. What is it is, men's heart are slightly heavier than women's heart. That's why women often call men, you have got heavy heart, you don't have heart attack. They may say many things like that. Why women accuse men of having heavy heart? The reason is scientific. Men's heart are always slightly heavier than women's heart. It is your genetic makeup. But how powerful our heart is. If your vehicle, it has run 50,000 kilometers. If your vehicle has run 50,000 kilometers, you will give it for service or you will buy a new vehicle. But for every beat, our heart sends our blood through blood vessels which are 96,000 kilometers long. The total length of our blood vessels, it is 96,000 kilometers. If you take out all your blood vessels from your body, they are all coiled. You just remove all those coils of those blood vessels and stretch them. It will come to 96,000 kilometers. The perimeter of Earth is 24,000 kilometers. But the length of our blood vessels is 96,000 kilometers. So if you take out all your blood vessels and stretch them, you can encircle your Earth 4 times with your blood vessels. Your blood vessels can encircle the Earth 4 times. That much long your blood vessels are, and for every beat, your heart is sending blood to the distance of 96,000 kilometers. A vehicle cannot run beyond 50,000 kilometers, but this heart, every second, every beat, it is sending blood for 96,000 kilometers. Then just imagine the speed and efficacy of this machine. For every minute, 5,200 ml of blood, 5.2 liters of blood is ejected from our heart. So our heart is the best karma yogi. They say it's spirituality, karma yogi, without expecting reward, without any bias, irrespective of happiness or sorrow, whatever you get, you have to do your duty perfectly. That karma yoga, it is done by our heart. It gives us that message, whether you want it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you realize it or not, whether you feel it or not, it will beat for 70 times a minute, 1 lakh times a day. It will beat and beat till your end. Even if you take your heart out from the chest, it will still beat. It will be doing its duty. That much duty conscious organ, that's your heart. Sending blood to 96,000 kilometers of blood vessels every second. Every minute, 5.2 liters of blood is ejected from our heart. 15%, 15% goes to our brain, 5% goes to our heart itself, 27% goes to our liver, 21% of that blood goes to kidney, 15% of that blood goes to muscles, 5% goes to skin, and the remaining 12% to other organs of the body. And don't forget, the heart is the most beloved organ for all of us. We want to offer our heart to our beloved ones. To our beloved ones, we don't offer our brain. We don't offer our hands or legs. We don't offer our kidneys. We say, poetically we say, I am offering my heart itself to you. The reason is, we subconsciously care more for our heart. Subconsciously, we love our heart more. Our heart is the most beloved organ for us in whole of the body. I will give you an example. I had a patient last year. He got paralysis of his right limbs, right upper limb, right lower limb. Both were paralyzed. He was affected by left MCA stroke. He had a stroke, blood clot in left brain, and that had affected his right upper limb and lower limb. I explained all his problems to him after taking a CT scan. I told him, you have got a blood clot in the blood vessel of your brain, in the left MCA territory, and you have got paralysis of right upper limb and lower limb. I told him all the problems and then solutions. I gave him tablets. I suggested physiotherapy and lifestyle modification, all other things. After knowing all his problems from me, he was least bothered about all of them, and he finally asked a question with anxiety. What question you know? He asked me, Doctor, is my heart alright? That's enough for him. His brain may be affected, he may have got stroke or paralysis, whatever it is. He is asking, is my heart alright? If it is alright, I have no problem. So, subconsciously, we care more for our heart. We love our heart more. That's why we offer our heart to our loved ones. So, our heart is that much dear to us. So, it is a duty conscious organ, very powerful organ. It possesses lot of speed and efficacy. It is our beloved organ. Stethoscope is the defining symbol of a doctor. Whenever you want to know somebody is a doctor or not, you identify him with a stethoscope around his neck. I have not worn stethoscope now because it will be inconvenient during my speech. Already I am with headphones, so I have not worn that stethoscope. But whenever you go to a doctor, he first examines or auscultates your heart using that stethoscope. You may have heart related problem or not, that is not the question. You might have gone to him with some problem in your foot, but patients expect doctor to auscultate their heart with the stethoscope, and stethoscope is the defining symbol also. While auscultating you with the stethoscope, doctor listens to the sounds of your heart first. And you know another thing here, till the 19th century, early 19th century, doctors, they used to listen to patients' heart sounds by placing their ears directly over patient's chest. The doctor will place his ear over the patient's left side chest and will listen to the heart sounds. But in 1816, there was a French physician named Laennec. He had a problem. He could not hear those heart sounds directly in obese women, in overweight fat women. He could not hear those heart sounds directly. So what he did was, he just rolled some paper in the form of a cylinder, and he placed one end of that paper cylinder over the patient's chest, and he placed his ear over the other end of that paper cylinder. He was able to observe that he was able to listen the heart sounds well with this kind of a setup, and that led to various new formulations, and finally the stethoscope of present day model was finally devised, and using that we are listening to patients' heart sounds. And similarly, another important investigation for your heart is ECG, electrocardiogram. ECG, you might have all seen that. It is the record of electric potential changes that occur in the heart. And the ECG, they teach a great lesson for our life. You might have seen ECGs in your life or in internet or even in movies. The ECG waves PQRST, those waves will always have ups and downs, tide and ebb. ECG waves will always have ups and downs. They show that life is full of ups and downs, and those ups and downs only add liveliness to our lives. If the ECG has no ups and downs, if the ECG is a straight line, it means patient is dead. Similarly, if our life is a straight line without ups and downs, our life itself will not have any life in it. So like ECG, our life will also have ups and downs. That message. So we have to accept all ups and downs in our life with a similar mind, with a balanced mind. How to take care of this heart? It is very precious. It is beloved. How to take care? First thing is diet. So you have to take, and teenagers, students like you should take a good combination of a good balanced, wholesome diet containing fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts and legumes. They should all be present in your diet. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts and legumes. Please avoid fast food, avoid canned food, avoid sweetened drinks. If you want to take some sweet drinks, you can take fruit juices, but avoid artificially sweetened drinks. And as you go past 30, as of now no problem, as you go past 30 years of age, it is better to reduce your salt and sugar intake. And you have to maintain ideal body weight, because overweight and obesity, they predispose to heart disease. And increase your physical activity. At least 150 minutes a week. You can make a calculation. Physical activity for at least 150 minutes a week. You can split for each day. It may be brisk walking or jogging or climbing stairs, dancing, gardening, skipping, playing shuttle, football, cricket, whatever it is. Or you can split this as 10 minutes in morning, 10 minutes in afternoon, 10 minutes in evening. So totally 30 minutes a day, or at least 150 minutes of physical activity per week. That is very good for your health of your heart. And we should avoid tobacco, smoking and alcohol. They should be avoided. More importantly, we should keep our mind calm, free, steady and happy. Stress predisposes to heart attack. Please remember, there is a survey. Most heart attacks come on Monday, because Monday is the most stressful day of the week for many, be it students, be it clerical workers or government staffs or private staffs, whoever they are. Monday is the most stressful day of the week, because they would have enjoyed the weekend. When the week starts on Monday, they encounter enormous stress, and that leads to heart attack. So avoid stress, keep your mind calm, free, steady and happy. Laughing is very good for your heart. So please smile often. And you know, your heart speak. They have some language, not in our verbal communication, but they have some language like breathing difficulty or palpitation. They are all ways of expression of our heart. Just take an example. You are running 1000 meters, or you climb the stairs in a 10-story building. At that time, you may have some palpitation. Your heartbeat will increase. Your heart speaks to you. It is telling you, you are not doing this daily. If you do it daily, I will train myself. Suddenly you are climbing 10 stories. I feel tired. Please train me slowly. Your heart tells you. So often please listen to your heart and take care of your heart with your food, your exercise, with your smiles and with your stress management. And then we proceed to the next system, our respiratory system. The respiratory system is the system which facilitates the exchange of gases between our body and the environment. We take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. That's known to all of you. Through our two lungs, they are the vital organs. They are participating in this function. Though our two lungs are the vital organs, the respiratory system, it starts from our nostrils and through our throat and then trachea, bronchi, inside the lungs till alveolus. This respiratory system extends inside our lungs also. Do you know how we started this breathing? That itself is a wonder. How we started breathing is, when we were fetus or babies inside our mother's womb, we didn't breathe. Babies don't breathe. They get oxygen directly from mother's blood. But once the baby is born, it cries, right? When the baby cries, the baby's lungs open up, the lungs expand, and this crying induces the first breath of our life. So even crying of a baby has a benefit. Lungs, they are light, they are spongy, they are porous, and the lungs are able to float in water. The only organs of human body which can float in water are your lungs. Do you know the actual size of your lungs? I said it is 620 gram and 560 gram. But if you stretch out flat the inner surface of the lungs, it would occupy the size of a tennis court. They are compressed and kept inside our thoracic cavity, inside the rib cage. But if you just stretch and stretch and stretch the inner surface of your lungs, it will occupy an area of 80 to 100 square meter, which is the size of a tennis court. The length of the airways within the lungs, it may go for over 2000 kilometers. That much long airways we have got inside our lungs. And the lungs breathe, right? During breathing, it eliminates more than 70% toxins and waste from our body. Majority of toxin elimination is done by our lungs during breathing. It eliminates 70% of toxins. So how to take care of this respiratory system? One thing is, the respiratory system is one of the commonly infected systems. The most common cause of availing leave to school is respiratory infection only. And majority of leave letters which say, as I am suffering from fever, there's all fevers, they are all due to respiratory infections only, fever with cough and cold. So most students give leave letter for this respiratory infection only. So better to come out of these respiratory infections. To avoid, what can we do? Please do breathing exercises and pranayama. This pranayama, breathing practice, as you do more and more, your brain gets more oxygen, you will feel fresh, your concentration improves, and our lungs will get fully cleaned. And do more exercises. Please avoid active smoking as well as passive smoking. Secondary exposure to smoke is also dangerous, and avoid exposure to pollutants. Next we will go to our digestive system. Any living organism needs constant replenishment of energy giving material for work, growth, maintenance and repair. We need carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, vitamins and more essentially water. Digestive system, it transfers food and water from external environment to our internal environment for subsequent distribution to all cells of our body through blood circulation. Thus, you may have food in your plate. That food, it may have carbohydrate, it may have fat, it may have protein, it may have vitamins, minerals, etc., etc. But all those things, they have to reach every cell of your body. That is done by our digestive system. What is digestion? It is the transformation of complex and insoluble food substances into simple, soluble and diffusible forms. And then absorption, the entry of final products of digestion from intestine to blood is called absorption. This is done by our digestive tract. It starts from our mouth where we do chewing. Chewing itself is a very good important aspect of our digestion, because we should not swallow the food. We should just chew so that the food is broken into smaller parts and a bolus is formed, and the bolus has to be swallowed. The travel of food from our mouth to stomach is independent of gravity. It is not dependent on gravity. Even if you are upside down, please don't try it. Even if you are upside down, the food you take in will go to your stomach, because there is a special movement called peristalsis in your esophagus, food pipe, peristaltic movement. That movement takes the food to your stomach. So even if you are upside down, it will go, but please don't try it. Do you know the length of our small intestine? It is almost 20 feet long, but it is coiled and kept inside. The small intestines are 20 feet long. And then our large intestine, it is around 1.5 meter long. Our digestive system, it consumes the diet, chews, digests, absorbs all the nutrients from small intestine and then passes through large intestine, colon, and then comes out as feces, which are all the remnant and waste products. This job is done by our digestive system. Here we have got liver. It is also an important organ in the digestive system. It is the second largest organ of our body. The largest organ is our skin. Second largest organ is our liver. It weighs around 1.5 kg. The liver has great regeneration capacity. Even if 25% of your original liver remains, it can synthesize the full amount of the liver again. Thus, the total liver can be formed again by those liver cells. That excellent regeneration capacity is present with the liver, and the liver has more than 500 distinct functions. Such a great organ with 500 functions. It maintains our blood sugar level, it metabolizes proteins and fats, it synthesizes bile, it stores vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin B12, vitamin K and folic acid. It destroys old red blood cells, it destroys bacteria and viruses, it detoxifies drugs and toxins, it is a good reservoir of blood, and it also produces body heat. So that excellent organ, liver, is also a part of your digestive system. Now, how to take care of this digestive system? First thing, please take a balanced diet. You should have all nutrients in the appropriate proportion. And fiber-rich diet is good for your age. And avoid processed foods. We have to take more fruits and vegetables and good fats like avocados, nuts, and avoid bad cholesterol like oils. And please avoid alcohol and smoking. Drink plenty of water and eat moderately. Chew more. Please don't eat in a rush. So please chew more and eat regularly. Don't skip your meals, because skipping your meals, it is really hazardous to your health. Exercise regularly. Reduce your stress. Often monitor your height, weight and body mass index regularly. When a person's abdomen protrudes outside, 6 F's are the reason. What are those 6 F's? One is food. Second thing is flatus. Number 3 is fluid. Number 4, feces. Number 5 is fat. 6 is fetus. Then a woman, this is not possible in men. If women are pregnant, then also abdomen will be disturbed. Please take care that there is no belly, and the abdominal contour, it lies within the line of your normal contour of the body. Number 4, we go to our excretory system. Excretion, it is the removal of waste products from blood and their elimination from our body. This is done in small amounts by lungs and then skin, liver, our gastrointestinal tract, etc. But the predominant organs which perform this act of excretion, that is removal of waste, those organs of our kidneys. We have a pair of kidneys, bean shaped and each weighing 120 to 150 gram. But they are the most fantastic filters in the world. They have more than 1 lakh small filters inside. Each kidney has 1 lakh small filters inside it. And regarding the functions of our kidneys, they eliminate nitrogenous and sulfuric products from our body. They maintain water balance of our body. And for your additional information, the concentration of salt in our body is just the same as the concentration of salt in sea. We know that seas and oceans, they are full of sodium chloride, but these small bean-shaped kidneys, they are able to regulate the total amount of salt in blood. What a wonder. And these kidneys, they regulate our blood pressure. They regulate the osmotic equilibrium of our plasma and tissues. The kidneys reabsorb essential nutrients from urine so that main nutrients are not excreted in urine. And the kidneys regulate our acid-base balance, our pH, kidneys regulate. And then they eliminate toxins, drugs, etc. Kidneys secrete enzymes like renin, tissue kallikrein, etc. Kidneys activate vitamin D in our body. Kidneys form erythropoietin, which stimulates formation of red blood cells. So many actions. Therefore, it is practically impossible to create a machine or artificial kidney which can do all these things. You can do dialysis for patients with renal failure, that is different. But it is impossible to create an artificial kidney. That much great capacity, efficiency your kidneys have got. So that is the greatness of your kidneys. That's wonder. How to take care of that wonder? Such precious two kidneys we have got. Even if one is not working, the other will take care of the other's job also. How to take care of them? Drink enough water. That is very important. And then avoid alcohol, caffeine, too much of chocolate, sodas, tobacco, etc. Maintain healthy weight. Increase your physical activity. And regarding urinary system, teenagers, please don't hold urine. If you hold urine, that will lead to urinary infections. We have to give time for the bladder to empty itself fully, because if urine stays there longer, that also predisposes to infection. So please take care of those bladder habits. And then coming to endocrine system, the fifth system. Endocrine glands are ductless glands. Those glands do not have specific ducts which conduct the secretion. Rather, the endocrine glands secrete hormones directly to the blood. For example, you have got thyroid gland in neck, that is an endocrine gland. And then adrenal glands above your kidneys. Those adrenal glands, they are called gland of fright, flight and fight. Fright, flight and fight. What is it? Nothing. Fright means danger in case of emergencies or threatened dangers. In case of fright, these glands give you direction to flight or fight. Flight means fly away. You run away from that place due to fear of danger. Fight means with confidence you fight against that danger or emergency or whatever it is. So in case of fright, whether to take hold of flight or fight, that is why we say gland of flight, fright and fight. Those glands are adrenal glands. They are situated above your kidneys. They secrete adrenaline and noradrenaline, and they are secreted whenever we become tense, whenever there is any emergency, whenever there is a threatened danger. Those hormones are secreted and they give us direction whether to run away or stay and fight, whether to do or die. We say, right, those directions are given by these hormones only. Similarly, you have got pituitary gland here, and then pancreas, the endocrine part of pancreas, the beta cells, they secrete the most important hormone, insulin, which regulates our blood glucose level, because this is the era of diabetes. These days, what is our problem? Lifestyle diseases. We have sedentary lifestyle, we have heavy stress, we consume junk foods, we have minimal physical activity, we don't have proper sleep in night. Though we feel sleepy throughout the day, we don't have proper sleep during night. Always we are sitting in front of computers or mobile phones or Android phones. These lifestyle problems, they lead to diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, in turn heart disease, stroke, etc. These are more dangerous than bacteria and viruses. Bacteria and viruses may come to our body. You can treat them with antibiotics or antiviral drugs or supportive therapy. They can be cured. But these lifestyle diseases, this lack of physical activity, junk food, stress, they lead to diabetes, hypertension, dyslipidemia. They in turn lead to heart disease, stroke, etc. So the repeated advice which we are giving today has been prescribed by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. The 17th verse of the 6th chapter of Gita, Yuktahara Viharasya, Yukta Chetasya Karmasu, Yukta Swapnava Bodhasya, Yogo Bhavati Dukkaha. One who takes a balanced diet, and has a balanced job with balanced hard work, balanced sleep, and balanced wakefulness gets perfection in yoga, as a result of which all his sufferings are gone. So, Yukta Ahara Viharasya, balanced diet with balanced job. Yukta Chetasya Karmasu, you have to exert yourself, work hard, but balanced hard work, not too much strain. Yukta Swapna Avabodhasya, balanced sleep and balanced wakefulness. This gives you perfection in your life. So please increase your physical activity, avoid junk foods, have some sound sleep at night, reduce stress, do yoga, breathing exercises, pranayama, etc. And to my regular diabetic patients, I used to give one advice. 3 Ds are important in diabetes. Diabetes itself is a D, but 3 Ds are there. One is diet control. With diet control itself, you can control diabetes. Number 2 is daily exercises. Number 3 only is drugs, whether it is tablet or insulin. Drug is number 3 only. And to some patients I used to say, please decide what fits you. Good exercise for 1 hour a day, that will do it. Or spending thousands of rupees for tablets and insulin. Good exercise 1 hour a day saves you thousands of rupees which you spend for diabetic tablets or insulin. So most diabetics, if diagnosed in early stages and advised to have daily exercise and diet control, can lead a normal life without drugs. That is the take-home message. Coming to 6, reproductive system. Though human beings are part of the animal kingdom, we are distinctly different from other animals in many aspects. And one such aspect is our reproductive system, because most animals reproduce till death, but we human beings don't do that. We don't reproduce till our death. We opt for 1 or 2 children and then concentrate on improving our social life. So the system which helps us produce new members of our species is called reproductive system. Here there is a wonder. What is it? The male sperm is the smallest human cell. The smallest human cell possible is male sperm. The largest human cell is female ovum, which is around 0.1 millimeter diameter, can be seen with naked eye. So the smallest ever human cell fertilizes the largest ever human cell, and that gives rise to a zygote, and from that the baby is formed. Another wonder is, each one of us here, we are all 1 in 200 million. We are all, each one of us is 1 in 200 million. How? Because 200 million sperms enter the female genital tract, but amidst stiff competition between those 200 million sperms, only one sperm fertilizes the ovum. That has given rise to us. So we were born as 1 among 200 million. So everybody can say it proudly. And the most important advice for a good reproductive health care is, kindly maintain good hygiene of your private parts and reduce your stress, because stress affects your reproductive system badly. And please have a basic knowledge about the physiology of your reproductive system. Number 7, muscular system. Number 8, skeletal system. We can just combine them together as musculoskeletal system. 7 and 8, muscular and skeletal system. Coming to muscle. Muscle is a tissue with a highly developed contractile property. It can contract. Those muscles tissues, they are made of muscle fibers. And bone is a hard mineralized connective tissue with very good blood supply. The combined system of muscles and bones is called musculoskeletal system. In Latin, muscle means small mouse. Small mouse, Latin word muscle, it means small mouse. How that name came to muscles? Because we all know biceps. People do like this and show biceps. In olden days, Latin people, they used to show this biceps as small mouse. This is my small mouse. They used to show. Based on this, the name muscle came to that biceps, and it became a generalized term, and we call all these tissues of our body as muscles. we have 600 muscles totally, of which the jaw muscle masseter, it is the strongest muscle of our body, masseter in jaw. And then the largest muscle of our body is the one on which we are now sitting. We are sitting on one muscle, right? That is called gluteus maximus in our buttocks. That is the largest muscle of our body. Smallest muscle of our body is inside our ear. It is called stapedius. It is the smallest muscle. Hardest working muscle of our body is heart muscle, the cardiac muscle. It is a special type of muscle. It performs hard work, hardest working muscle. And fastest muscle of our body is in our eye, our blinking movements, and our eyes turn to various sides, right? That eye muscle, it is the fastest working muscle in our body. Regarding bones, we were born with 350 bones, but we are now living with 206 bones only. What is this? Born with 206, living with 350, okay. But we were born with 350 bones at birth. But as adults, we are living with 206 bones only. Where are the remaining bones? As we grow, bones start fusing with each other. When two bones fuse, they become one. Because of that fusing property, the number comes down, and now we are living with 206 bones with varied types. We have got long bones, we have got short bones, we have flat bones, we have irregular bones, we have sesamoid bones, we have compact bones, we have spongy bones, etc. Our thigh bone femur is the longest bone of our body. Within the ear, we have got stapes. That stapes is the smallest bone of our body. And you know one wonder, we say concrete is very strong. We are in a concrete building. It is very strong. It can't be broken. Our bones are 4 times stronger than concrete. Our bones are 4 times stronger than concrete. And our bone marrow, it is the fastest growing part of our body. Bone marrow grows fastest in our body. Second fastest is our hair. Our hair will grow around 6 inches per year. That comes second. First fastest growing part is our bone marrow. And regarding bones, just take example of your hand. How many small bones? Around 50 bones are in your hands. How many small bones? How many muscles connecting them? How many subtle movements? Just you can try. You can all, every one of you can touch all your fingers with your thumb. With your thumb, you can touch all other fingers. You can touch this little finger. You can touch ring finger. You can touch your middle finger. You can touch your index finger. No other species in this world can do this. Only we human beings, we alone can do this. This is called apposition. Apposition of thumb with other fingers. We alone can do this. That's why human beings alone can grasp objects. We alone can hold objects with grip. Others cannot do this. Using this same hand, we can grip objects, we can draw pictures, we can break a brick in karate practice, you can play a piano or violin, you can write with a pen, you can draw a straight line, you can show directions, you can express your body language through your hands. All these things we alone can do. If you want to create a single machine which can do drawing, breaking, playing, writing, drawing, etc., it is not possible. You can't devise a machine which can do all these fine movements which your hand with its small bones and muscles, it is doing this. Nobody else can do it. That is the greatness of our musculoskeletal system. We have got an extra curve in our spine so that we can stand erect. That extra curve makes us stand erect, walk in upright posture. No other species in this world can stand erect like this. Most mammals, they have 4 legs, quadrupeds. But we are bipeds, standing on 2 legs and standing erect, which is exclusive for the skeletal system of human beings only. And we can lie on our backs. No other organism in the world will lie on its back, flat in supine position. We are lying flat like this, right? No other organism in this world can do this. Only we can do. Such an excellent developed musculoskeletal system we have got. How to take care? These bones and muscles we have to take care. Eat lot of vegetables, take lot of calcium and proteins, do regular exercises, reduce high calorie diet, because you should take diet, at the proper time, in proper quantity, but avoid high calorie diet, maintain stable and healthy weight, and before any physical activity, just warm up yourselves. You might have seen cricket players, they will warm up themselves playing football or jogging like that. So a brisk walk or light jog before any physical activity will be good for your muscles. Drink plenty of water, you should not have dehydration, and vitamin D is needed for our bones. You get it by exposure to sunlight. So you can play more in sunlight so that vitamin D will be secreted in your, synthesized in your skin. So that's all for your musculoskeletal system. Number 9, integumentary system. Integumentary system, it is the system of skin, hair, nails, etc., which act as barrier to protect our body from the external environment. Because all our organs which are inside have to be protected from the outside things. So our skin, which is the largest organ of our body, forms a supple, tough, elastic and waterproof covering for our body. Protection, sensation and heat regulation. These three are the primary functions of our skin. Protection from the exterior, sensation, it can feel the senses, and then heat regulation. It has to protect our body from losing heat. So it regulates our heat, maintains proper temperature. These three are the functions of our skin. And some wonders of our skin, the skin is thickest in your feet and thinnest in your eyelids. Thinnest part of our skin is eyelids. Thickest part of our skin is base of your feet. Total area of our skin is 2 square meters. Every minute our skin sheds 30,000 to 40,000 dead cells, and these dead cells constitute more than half of the dust in your home. We have a lot of dust in our home, right? More than 50% of dust is your dead cell. Number 10, immune system. Immune system, like a country's armed forces, immune system is the system of our body which acts as a defense force against harmful microorganisms. It is God, while creating us, while sending us to earth, God has sent us along with an internal doctor. That internal doctor saves us more often from microorganisms than external doctors like us. This internal organ, our immunity, more often that destroys all the microorganisms which enter us, whether it is harmful bacteria or virus, whatever it is. If you sleep less than 6 hours at night, your immune system gets depressed. Please remember, for immunity, the most important thing you need is sleep. If you sleep less than 6 hours, immunity becomes depressed. If you have anxiety or stress, your immunity gets affected. So have more meditation, yoga and sound sleep, and smile more, laugh more. That helps your immune system. Balanced diet and good exercise, they are also good for your immunity. Finally, the most interesting and wonderful system of your body is nervous system. The system which provides rapid and important communication between different parts of our body. That is called nervous system. It integrates and coordinates all our activities. It makes us aware of the changes happening around us and makes us react accordingly. The central nervous system contains brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system, it contains the nerves emerging from them. Do you know at what speed these nerves carry these impulses? Because whenever you have some touch or some feeling in some part of your body, your nerves carry the stimulus to your brain. Brain then processes it and then sends response to the nerve, and you produce the desired action. At what speed it is happening? The impulses in nerves travel at a speed of over 260 kilometers per hour. The number of electrical impulses generated by our human body in a single day is much more than all the telephones of the world combined. When you combine all the impulses generated by all the telephone wires in the world, all those impulses generated by all those telephone wires in the world will be less than the number of impulses generated in the nerves of the body of one human being. Not only that, when you are awake, your brain generates electrical power. That electrical power is 10 to 25 watts, with which you can power a small light bulb. That much electricity our brain has got. And there is a biological name for each species. For example, hibiscus. We say Hibiscus rosa sinensis. That is biological name. For mango, biological name is Mangifera indica. For dog, its biological name is Canis familiaris. What is the biological name for human? Homo sapiens. What does Homo sapiens mean? Homo refers to man or human. Here, sapiens means wise. Wise, brilliant. Homo sapiens means wise man. Yes, we are truly wise. Because sperm whales have the largest brain, which weighs 7.8 kg. But our brain is only 1.4 kg in men and 1.3 kg in women. In birds, brain constitutes more than 8% of body weight. For us, it is less than 2.5% of body weight. So weight or percentage to body weight, everywhere, our human brain is smaller. But functionally, our human brain is far advanced than all our species. Our human brain is far advanced than even a supercomputer. That's why we are called wise man, Homo sapiens, which means wise man. For such an advanced brain to develop, we need a lot of practice from childhood, right? Without practice, it doesn't become perfect. That's why humans alone need parental care for longer time than all other species. You may see whatever species, they don't have parental care for 25 years or 30 years or so. But in human beings, we can see that. In all species, parental care is just about food and protection for 1 year or 2 years. Then that organism has to go out. It has to take care of its food. It has to take care of its own protection. But for humans, it is not like that. Our parents promote and support our physical, emotional, social, financial and intellectual development. Why? Because for this human brain, this advanced supercomputer to develop fully, it takes around 18 to 20 years. And for your social, financial and intellectual, emotional development, it takes such period. So, in the total world, among all creatures, it's only the human race which needs parental care for a longer period. And what a great kind of computer your brain, you know. When you are driving, most of you will drive. When you are driving, take an example. You are driving from your college on your two-wheeler towards your home. When you sit on your two-wheeler, your thoughts will be somewhere else. But though your thoughts are somewhere else, your vehicle will automatically turn right, turn left, take U-turn correctly, apply the brake whenever needed, and finally land exactly at the entrance of your homes. How is it possible? You didn't consciously do it. You are thinking about something else or someone else. But your vehicle is going perfectly, and not only that, that vehicle, it adjusts the speed in accordance with the nature of the road and the position of other vehicles. How is it possible? That's the power of brain for you. That's subconscious brain. Your subconscious brain, with practice, it registers that this is the way you have to drive the vehicle. Once it is registered, your brain will start automatically doing it. If you want to write a computer program for this, how many pages will it take? How many years will it take? But this supercomputer brain, within a few days of practice, can do this. And another exclusive habit for human beings, we alone can draw straight lines. No other species on earth can draw a straight line or even make a mark of straight line with their nails. That's exclusive for human being. And what is the memory power of your brain? Some say that it is 22.5 terabytes, they say, human brain, but actually it is unlimited, virtually unlimited. Your brain's memory power is virtually unlimited. Computer's memory has a limit, but your brain's memory doesn't have any limit. When you get tired or bored, your brain slows down, and that leads to yawning. You might have had this experience within the past 2 hours or so as well. Yawn is the simultaneous inhalation of air and stretching of eardrums followed by exhalation of breath. Simultaneous inhalation of air and stretching of eardrums followed by exhalation of breath, and this yawning is very contagious. In a group, if one person yawns, most of the others will also do, because it is due to emotional proximity. If emotionally that person is closer to us, then we will also yawn along with them. And our brains, they get bored quickly. That's why the brain always need emotional spark often to reset our attention to the same thing. For example, if you are seeing a movie, you often need some comedy or some fight or some dream song or some spark. That emotional spark is needed from our brain. If they don't give that, we will start dozing. That's why in long speeches also we crack jokes often. And our brain, it has another peculiar nature. If it is able to access information quickly, like Google or YouTube or internet, if your brain is able to access information quickly, it is less likely to remember that. Because studies suggest that if the brain knows that it can access it again easily, it doesn't bother remembering the information itself. Only when you go to a library, search for so many books and then find it out, your brain will remember that, because it is afraid to take so much efforts again. But if it is easily available in the internet, the brain doesn't bother itself. Okay, we can search it again easily. So the brain is less likely to remember those things. That is another strange ability of our brain. And if you have a list, our brain is predisposed to choose the first option. Your brain automatically chooses the first option in a list, and mostly voters are also likely to do that. And our brain prefers image over text. That is why visual aids, they are more useful in communication and teaching, etc. We have got 7 senses totally. One is sight, vision. Number 2, hearing. Number 3, smell. Number 4, taste. Number 5, touch. Number 6, vestibular sense. These 5 you will be knowing: sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch. These 5 things you know. Number 6 is vestibular sense. That is a sense of movement and balance. The vestibular system is inside our ear, in the inner ear. It gives information about where our body and head are in space. It helps us to stay upright while sitting, standing or walking. Whatever position we are not losing our balance, right? While we are getting up from lying position or standing from a sitting position, we are in a balance. That is taken care of by your inner ear. That is called vestibular sense. 7th sense is proprioception. What is proprioception? It is position and awareness. I will tell you an example. You can just try now itself. Just close your eyes and touch the tip of nose with your index finger. Close your eyes and touch the tip of your nose with your index finger. Closing your eyes, you are doing it correctly. When you close your eyes cannot see where your index finger is. The eyes cannot see where your nose is. But without seeing, your brain with its proprioceptive sense knows that your index finger is in this place, your tip of the nose in this place, and it gives proper signal to this index finger to properly touch the tip of the nose. That sense, without seeing, you know, right? Or you have not seen the back, your back you cannot see. But if you want to touch your center of the back, you can touch it without seeing in a mirror. You can touch that. How is it possible? That is proprioception, body position and awareness sense. So these are the 7 senses. Our ancient scripture, Mundaka Upanishad, it says 7 senses are there. Sapta pranaha prabhavanti tasmat, saptarchishaha samidas saptahomaha, sapta ime loka yeshu sancharanti pranaha, guhashaya nihitaha sapta sapta. This is Mundaka and there is a 20-20-20 formula for youth. We watch 2020 IPL in TV, that's different. 20-20-20 formula is, we used to sit for a long time in front of TV or laptop or smartphone. When you sit before these LED screens for 20 minutes, for every 20 minutes, you take rest and look at a 20 feet distance for 20 seconds. That is 20-20-20 formula. Every 20 minutes of seeing the screen, you take 20 seconds rest, and in those 20 seconds, you just sit to a distance of 20 meters, because that will relieve your eye from strain. And regarding your smartphones, your earphone noise shall be less than 70% of its maximum limit. And also, please reduce the brightness of your smartphone screens to the least possible extent, because your health is the greatest gift you can give to your family and nation. So if you take care of this excellent, wonderful framework given to you by God, and if you utilize this wonder for the upliftment of our dharma and our motherland, that is the greatest gift you can give to your family and your nation. How much money you save, just think. If you have diseases, you have to spend money for that. You have to undergo a lot of stress, but you save all those money. You get rid of all those stress by having a healthy body. So please take care of this wonder. I once again thank you all for the opportunity, and I thank all the students for listening patiently. I thank the IBM Mahe, Manipal University, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.